I just spent 7 days immersed in Tokyo, and instead of cramming my trip all in one long video, I am going to break this trip down into a series of shorter videos. And we'll be starting with a few spots that might explain why Japan is such an important place for pop culture. And over the next few weeks, I'll be taking you through the best spots, some hidden gems, and some maybe not so hidden gems, but spots that might still be worth your time. So make sure you subscribe today. Let's get into it. I made my way to Shin Yokohama for this exhibit. Like many events in Japan, you have to attend at the exact time that you signed up for. So I was a little bit early and had to queue for a bit before being allowed to enter. And once it's time, I was handed a nice tote bag, which includes a lot of Ava related materials, and they'll give you a handband as well to mark the type of ticket that you got. So once I enter, immediately my eyes were drawn to this central tower, which plays iconic footage and concept art. Like everyone else, I just stood there for a long time. 3 months ago, while I was planning this trip, I discovered that Evangelion was celebrating its 30th anniversary right here in Tokyo. I never thought I'd actually be here in Japan experiencing this with thousands of other fans. For a series that defines so much of my adolescence, this really feels like a pilgrimage. So I booked my ticket through trip.com. It cost 8,800 yen. Unfortunately, the tickets to see the live performances would be much more expensive, so I didn't get that. then I was drawn to the exhibit showing the original drawings and the animation cels, which is very nostalgic, I must say, for an Eva fan. Unfortunately, I'm not allowed to take video footage of that area, but here are some photos for you to enjoy. And then next to it, there's an area in which there's an audience surrounding a small stage. And on the stage was the character designer of Eva, Hidenori Masubara, sketching the characters live. There is also this message wall. Even though I don't read Japanese, from the kanji that I do know, I could make out that the messages are so full of gratitude. Continuing on, I found myself in the brand collaboration area, in which you have Bandai, which has been producing Eva figures for 3 decades now. And there's a Case-Defy collaboration, but I definitely won't be emptying my wallet for those. And there's even an Eva-themed draft beer. Moving on to the second floor, it was packed with more booths, more figures, and most importantly, a shopping area. And because there's a large crowd, the shopping area has very tight crowd control. We were constantly being ushered forward like sheep, so I didn't really have much time to decide what to buy and must act fast to grab something if I want it. It was a bit stressful, not gonna lie. And also, many of the things I wanted were already sold out. So in the end, I only got myself a 30th anniversary poster. But it's really gorgeous and I'm definitely going to frame it someday. Despite the chaos, I'm truly grateful for this experience. Japan has plenty of permanent Eva attractions, but events like this is a singular moment in time. It's an experience that I'll forever treasure. Next up, we have Small Worlds Tokyo. Right at the entrance, you're greeted by an Eva Unit 1. A quick side note, if some of this footage looks blurry, it's because I'm a genius and forgot to swap out my macro lens on the action cam, so I apologize for that. The journey starts in a futuristic space station. There are buttons that you can press to activate different parts of the set. It's so fun to zoom in on the details and get lost in them. But the set was actually ginormous. Beyond the sci-fi stuff, there's a global village with fantasy elements in it. You can definitely see the inspiration from the city of Florence in the architecture, but just weirder. There's also a section which looks like Chinatown with all its Hong Kong-inspired neon signs. They've got an international airport where you can watch planes take off and land. I didn't stay there for too long though, because I was so drawn to the next section, which is, of course, the Evangelion section. First off, there are figures that are much larger than the regular ones you see in stores. These are more detailed. They even have a 1:1 scale model of Rei. I thought she'd be taller. One of the coolest part is seeing the replica of the hangar. You get to watch the Ava units get deployed and launch up to the surface. But it gets better. A complete reconstruction of Tokyo 3 is the real showstopper here. I mean, not even the anime would show that much detail of the city, and if you're a fan, there are several iconic scenes with the main characters scattered around the sets. Honestly, for any Ava fan, this exhibit is basically a must-go. Before you head out, there's a creators gallery, a cafe, and a museum shop. But what makes this place special is that they have an on-site workshop where you can watch the artists work on their miniature projects in real time. Imagine making miniatures as your full-time job. I mean, I wouldn't mind that. For the final stop, we're going from the tiny world to a massive one. We're heading across town to Toshimen to see the making of Harry Potter Warner Brothers Studio Tour Tokyo. To access, it's a 10-minute walk from Toshimen Station, and for us that meant navigating Google Maps under heavy wind and rain. But the moment you step inside the main lobby, the weather outside is forgotten. The decor alone is quite impressive, and surprisingly for a theme park, the food actually lives up to its looks. I don't even like lamb, but this shepherd's pie made me second guess myself. And this meal was very important as we need as much energy as possible for the next 4 hours. With our stomachs filled, we began the tour. It starts with a wall showing the posters from every film in the Harry Potter franchise. I don't really care about the Fantastic Beasts series, but they're there. After a couple of short videos to set the stage, you'll finally walk into the first real set. Now obviously the movies weren't filmed here in Tokyo, but they reconstructed these sets the same way they did the actual movie sets, so these are as authentic as possible. These costumes were worn by the actors during filming, so that's pretty cool. There are a bunch of concept art on display. If you're into architecture, this is a feast for the eyes really. I'm not gonna VO the next part as they're pretty self-explanatory. all on board the Hogwarts Express.
Tree or a rock or a chasm, and we do it with the plastering department. So we would send a crew of plasterers and they would take them to materials like cinder.
Now, there's a gift shop at platform 9 3/4, but the final gift shop at the end of the tour is truly massive. It's gotta be the biggest Harry Potter shop on earth. I was particularly excited to see the House of Mina Lima shop in that section. Their merch is more artsy and sophisticated, though it definitely comes with a price tag to match. We didn't feel too spendy that day and walked away with only 2 beautiful mugs. So what's the verdict? I grew up with Harry Potter books and movies, so I loved every second of this. But even if you're not a fan of Harry Potter, there's still so much to see. The focus on the making of means you get to see the different aspects of the movie production, everything from the sound design, the music, to animatronics, costume, etc. It's seriously impressive. That wraps up the first chapter of my Tokyo series. In the next episode, we're moving from the screen to some of the city's most iconic landmarks. Hit the subscribe button so you don't miss it. I'll see you in the next one.